Rome Odunze is facing a challenge that could redefine his trajectory with the Chicago Bears. The talented wide receiver is opening up about a foot injury from last year that left him with a permanent change in his physical structure. This situation has fans wondering if he can maintain his elite production while adjusting to this new reality. Why does this matter for the team right now? We are going to dive deep into his recovery and what this means for the offense. Hit that subscribe button and stay tuned as we explain the full story behind this development. At the center of this debate is Rome Odunze, who is now navigating what he describes as his new normal following a foot injury that sidelined him for 5 regular season games last year. The injury, which did not require surgery despite the challenges, has resulted in a different foot structure due to how the bones healed and formed calluses. Rome Odunze explained that this is not necessarily a constant source of pain, but rather a physical shift that he must live with moving forward. While he acknowledged that this change exists, he remains firm in his belief that it will not prevent him from making big plays for the team. Bear down. This transition is compared to the reality of other professional athletes who deal with long-term effects from injuries like torn ACLs or Achilles tendons. Rome Odunze pointed out that when a bone breaks, the recovery process is something he must stay on top of daily. He is continuing to engage in specific rehabilitation and strength exercises both on and off the field to manage the area. Despite the structural changes, his performance in OTAs has been noteworthy. He has successfully reeled in multiple timing passes during recent practices, including a deep ball from quarterback Caleb Williams. The focus for him is to continue conditioning and building strength, even while acknowledging that he's not currently operating at what he would consider 100% capacity. He jokingly mentioned that he expects to feel 100% once the team wins the Super Bowl. His transparency about his body's current state provides a clear look at the physical hurdles he is currently overcoming while preparing for the upcoming season. The narrative surrounding this injury is grounded in the fact that Rome Odunze chose a non-surgical path after his initial diagnosis during the win over Philadelphia. He deliberately avoided the insertion of metal or rods into his foot, opting instead for a healing process that was monitored by medical professionals. This decision allowed him to return to action for 2 playoff games, though he later noted that the injury might have impacted his performance, including a missed catch in the end zone against the Rams. Rome Odunze has been very clear that he does not want to use his foot as an alibi for any plays he failed to make. He maintains that if a pass is not caught, it is on him, regardless of his physical limitations. This mindset reflects his personal standards and expectations for his role as a playmaker. He's now focused on staying consistent with his rehab routine to ensure he remains available for the squad. The team is closely monitoring his progress, as his ability to contribute as a top-tier target for Caleb Williams is a significant factor in the offense. While he recognizes that his foot feels different than it did before the break, he is moving past the injury to integrate into the current schemes. His dedication to the necessary exercises suggests that the franchise is doing everything possible to keep him on the grass. The reality is that injuries are an inherent part of the league, and Rome Odunze is demonstrating the professional commitment required to adapt. By continuing his daily maintenance, he is working to minimize any potential risks and maximize his output during the upcoming 2026 campaign. Why does this matter right now for the team? Availability is the ultimate currency in the NFL, and for a player of his caliber, staying on the field is essential for the team to reach its full potential. Rome Odunze demonstrated flashes of elite play last year, ranking as a high-end receiver in terms of points per game before he suffered the injury. Now, with the offense looking to build upon the connection between him and Caleb Williams, his health is a primary concern for the coaching staff. Coach Ben Johnson has publicly praised his teammates' grit and his willingness to sacrifice his body to help the group. However, Johnson also emphasized the importance of durability, specifically noting the games missed last season. The goal for the franchise is to see Rome Odunze participate in 17-plus games this year, as his presence is vital for the aerial attack. If he can manage this new normal effectively, the offense could see a major boost. His ability to line up out wide and make contested catches is a key component of the team's identity. The coaching staff appreciates his team-first mentality yet they are acutely aware that his impact is limited if he is not on the field. The current focus during these off-season sessions is to ensure he can handle the full workload without setbacks. Every rep in practice helps him adjust to the structural changes in his foot and builds confidence for the regular season. The team is investing heavily in his recovery process because they understand that a healthy version of him is one of their most dangerous weapons in the pursuit of their competitive goals for the year ahead. As Rome Odunze continues to navigate his rehabilitation, the team is relying on his ability to perform at a high level despite his physical adjustments. His willingness to speak openly about the lasting effects of the injury shows a high level of accountability, which is something the front office and coaches value. Throughout his career, he has proven to be a reliable target, and the organization is banking on that reliability, holding steady even with the new challenges he faces. The support system around him is robust, with athletic trainers providing the necessary exercises to keep his foot strong and stable. He has consistently mentioned that he will stay on top of his health regardless of whether he feels 100%. This proactive approach is the reason why the coaching staff remains optimistic about his role for the 2026 season. Caleb Williams has been working closely with him, and their rapport is a central piece of the offensive strategy being installed. They are focusing on timing and precision, allowing the receiver to use his route running skills to mitigate any loss in speed or explosiveness that might stem from his injury. The team is not looking for excuses, they are looking for production. By acknowledging his situation honestly, Rome Odunze is setting the tone for how the group handles adversity. His teammates see his commitment to the rehab process every single day, which reinforces the culture of discipline within the building. As they move closer to the start of the season, the emphasis will remain on his total recovery and ensuring he can sustain his performance through the long grind of the upcoming schedule while managing the structure of his foot. The road ahead for Rome Odunze involves a rigorous maintenance schedule to ensure his foot remains capable of handling the demands of an NFL wide receiver. His comments about his new normal have given fans and media a window into the reality of life after a major injury, reminding everyone that even elite athletes deal with long-term physical consequences. The Bears are clearly committed to his long-term success, evidenced by the specialized care he is receiving and the patience they are showing during his transition. If he can keep his strength levels high and avoid the need for further medical intervention, he remains in a position to be the alpha receiver the team needs. The connection with Caleb Williams continues to develop, which is the most encouraging sign for the upcoming months. The staff is planning to manage his reps appropriately to prevent any strain on his foot, keeping his health as a top priority. While the injury changed his foot structure, his determination to overcome it remains the same. He is pushing himself every day to meet his own high expectations and contribute to the team's success. It is clear that he is prepared to fight through whatever pain or discomfort he may experience, proving his commitment to his teammates. As the season approaches, all eyes will be on how he holds up under the pressure of full-contact football. The entire organization is hoping that this proactive management will result in a fully productive year. We want to know your take on this situation. Do you believe Rome Odunze will return to his pre-injury form and dominate the league this year? Or is the new normal too much of a hurdle? Leave your thoughts in the comments below.